Welcome back to Global Wheel Hub. Today we are diving deep into a machine that blends nostalgia with modern engineering in a way only Kawasaki could pull off, the all-new 2026 Kawasaki KE 175. Now this name might instantly take long-time riders back decades, because the KE 175 has always been known as a lightweight, rugged, go-anywhere two-stroke dual sport. But in 2026, Kawasaki has brought it back with a modern twist, keeping the spirit alive while upgrading nearly everything underneath. So let's break it down properly, from design to performance, features, and of course, what makes this bike so special in today's highly competitive small displacement motorcycle market. Right from the first glance, the 2026 Kawasaki KE 175 carries a strong retro-inspired design language, but it doesn't feel outdated at all. The bike is built on a lightweight semi-double cradle frame, designed using modern high-tensile steel for improved rigidity while still keeping weight extremely low. The overall stance is slim, tall, and purpose-built for both city riding and off-road exploration. The fuel tank has that classic teardrop shape, but now it is sculpted with sharper edges, giving it a more aggressive and modern identity. The side panels are minimal, staying true to its off-road heritage, and the rear section is clean with a compact LED tail lamp integrated neatly under the fender. At the front, you get a round LED headlamp that pays tribute to the original KE 175, but inside it is fully modernized with adaptive brightness and a wider beam spread for night riding. The front fender is high-mounted, dirt bike style, and the long travel suspension gives the bike that unmistakable dual sport posture. Kawasaki has clearly designed this machine to appeal both to nostalgic riders and new generation enthusiasts who want something lightweight, practical, and fun. Now moving into the engine, which is where things get really interesting. The 2026 KE 175 stays true to its roots by keeping a refined 175cc single-cylinder two-stroke engine, but it is now heavily updated with Kawasaki's latest fuel injection system and oil injection technology. This means no more messy pre-mix fuel, making it far more user-friendly compared to the old-school version. The engine produces around 24 to 26 horsepower depending on riding conditions, which might not sound extreme, but remember this bike weighs just around 115 kilograms, making it incredibly responsive. Throttle response is sharp, instant, and very engaging. The power band kicks in smoothly in the low RPM range, and once you push it into mid-range, the bike wakes up with that signature two-stroke surge that enthusiasts absolutely love. The top-end power is strong enough for highway cruising at around 100 to 110 km per hour, but where this bike truly shines is not highways, it's tight trails, city traffic, and winding backroads. The transmission is a 6-speed constant mesh gearbox that feels light and precise. Gear shifts are smooth, and Kawasaki has tuned the ratios to provide strong low-end torque for off-road climbing while still maintaining decent highway usability. The clutch is a wet multi-plate unit, now assisted with a slipper function, which is a surprising but very welcome addition in this segment. It helps prevent rear wheel lock-up during aggressive downshifts, especially useful for newer riders. When it comes to suspension, the 2026 KE 175 is built to handle real-world abuse. At the front, it features long travel 37mm telescopic forks with improved damping control, while the rear gets a monoshock system with adjustable preload. The suspension travel is generous enough to soak up rough terrain, potholes, gravel roads, and even light motocross-style jumps. This is where the bike feels alive. It's not just about comfort, it's about control and confidence when the road disappears beneath you. Braking has also been significantly upgraded. The bike now comes with a 265mm front disc and a 220mm rear disc, both supported by dual-channel ABS. However, Kawasaki has made the ABS switchable for off-road riders, allowing more control on loose surfaces. The braking feel is progressive and predictable, giving riders confidence whether they are commuting in traffic or descending a rough trail. Now let's talk about technology and features, because even though this is a lightweight dual sport machine, Kawasaki has not ignored modern expectations. The 2026 175 comes with a compact fully digital LCD display that shows speed, RPM, fuel level, gear position, trip meters, and even a basic navigation assist when connected to your smartphone via Bluetooth. Yes, this bike supports smartphone connectivity, which is a huge upgrade for this category. There is also ride mode selection, offering two main modes, road and trail. Road mode delivers smoother throttle response and full ABS engagement, while trail mode sharpens throttle response and reduces ABS intervention for better off-road control. The inclusion of ride modes in a 175cc dual sport bike really shows how far this segment has evolved. In terms of ergonomics, the 175 is extremely rider-friendly. The seat height sits around 860 mm, which gives it a tall stance, but the slim seat design makes it manageable for most riders. The handlebars are wide and slightly raised, offering excellent leverage for off-road steering. The foot peg position is neutral, allowing both standing and seated riding without discomfort. Kawasaki clearly designed this machine for long hours of mixed riding conditions. Comfort is another strong point. The seat cushioning is improved over the older model, offering better support for longer rides. The suspension tuning also ensures that even rough roads don't translate into harsh feedback for the rider. This makes the 175 a very practical daily rider in regions with mixed road conditions, especially where smooth asphalt is not always guaranteed. Now coming to mileage and efficiency, which is always an important factor. Despite being a two-stroke engine, the new fuel-injected system significantly improves efficiency. The 2026 175 delivers an estimated fuel economy of around 28 to 32 km per litre depending on riding style. For a performance-oriented lightweight dual sport, this is actually quite impressive. The oil injection system also optimizes lubrication, reducing smoke and improving overall engine life. One of the biggest selling points of this bike is its versatility. It is not just a dirt bike, and not just a commuter. It sits perfectly in between. You can ride it to work during the week, and take it off-road on the weekend without worrying about damage or complexity. That dual-purpose nature is exactly what made the original KE series so popular, and Kawasaki has successfully preserved that identity. Now let's talk about the emotional factor, because this bike is not just about numbers. The 175 name carries heritage. Riders who grew up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s remember it as a simple, tough, and fun machine that could handle anything. The 2026 version brings that spirit back, but adds modern reliability, better safety, and everyday usability. It's a bridge between generations of riders.